Mr. Trump.
Oh. Check 1 2, check 1 2. Sound check. Yo 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 yo. Yeah, this is Mr. Trumptastic. Y'all see the title? Jesus Christ versus the Mummy. Voodoo religions decoded. So we gonna wait for some more people to get in here, and then we go take flight. Thanks for being here. Make sure you sub up to the YouTube channel, Mr. Trumptastic Radio, Mr. Trumptastic TV, and sub up to the Rumble channel, Mr. Trumptastic on Rumble.
Mr. Trump.
Yes, it's Trumptastic on the end of Black Down the Trump Radio Show. Yeah, I'm about to hit y'all over the head with another banger. Turn up pictures, yeah, y'all gonna love this one. Okay. Yeah, adrenochrome junkie, yeah, adrenochrome junkie, yeah. Hollywood's dead and I hate Kevin Spacey. King of the jungle and I flipped it like a monkey, yeah. I flipped it like a monkey, yeah. I flipped it like a monkey, yeah. Adrenochrome junkie, yeah, adrenochrome junkie, yeah. Hollywood's dead and I hate Kevin Spacey. King of the jungle and I flipped it like a monkey, yeah. Adrenochrome junkie, yeah. Adrenochrome junkie, yeah. Adrenochrome junkie, yeah. Adrenochrome junkie, yeah. Hollywood's dead and I know it's getting ugly, yeah. I seen the flying log and I hit it with the Dougie. Better watch the waters cause the waters getting so muddy. George Sorrel lurking and I hit you in your target spot. Sucker free Sunday had you passing out the lollipop. Hollywood's dead, I'm taking trips out to Calabasas. Adrenochrome junkie, yeah, yeah, that's a lot of dope. 100 body nose dive, yeah, that's a lot of coke. Hanging by the neck, kick the chair, that's a suicide. Jim Jones drinking, but you still order pizza gate. Chilling with the rats, Ninja Turtles, I'm the sensei. Homos with the sexuals, I think you need some being gay. Adrenochrome junkie, caught you chewing on some pizza sauce. Cooking up some beef, but don't forget the pepperonis. Dripperoni slags, cloning with a second cousin. Dr. Fauci pizza roll, hit her with a heart attack. Adrenochrome junkie, lost his kids and never got them back. Running up the numbers, counting like a Dracula. Vampire life, cross him over, I'm the hidden legend. Jesus Christ, Elon Musk, yeah, that's the hidden weapon. Dr. Pimple Poppers popping pills, that's a sin infection. Big Mike, pay-per-view, I hit him with a big erection. Trump 2024, yeah, that's a big election. Adrenochrome junkie had you praying to the Baphomet. Brewing up some soup, number 7, 8, the alphabet. Child sacrifice, remind me of the fragile chip. Maritime laws, now kick you off your battleship. Chelsea with the Clintons and she couldn't even handle that. I caught the deep state and I flipped them like an acrobat. Stirring up the Milky Way, I'm surfing on an Applejack. Moral on the red and I think I want my Pranzy back. Adrenochrome junkie, yeah, adrenochrome junkie, yeah. Hollywood's dead and I hate Kevin Spacey. King of the jungle and I flipped it like a monkey, yeah. Flipped it like a monkey, yeah. Flipped it like a monkey, yeah. Adrenochrome junkie, yeah. Adrenochrome junkie, yeah. Hollywood's dead and I hate Kevin Spacey. King of the jungle and I flipped it like a monkey. Yo, yes, it's Trumptastic on the end of Black Down the Trump Radio Show. Yeah, I'm about to hit y'all over the head with another banger. Turn up pictures, yeah, y'all gonna love this one.
Yo 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 yo. Yeah, we back in effect. I'm trying to share the stream to my Facebook channel, but I think they got it blocked. Let's see if I could go public. Nope, won't let me go public. It let me share it with my friends yesterday, so I don't know what's going on today. I might have to just. Usually it makes me go. I could edit it and go public after I get done with the stream. I don't know what's wrong today, but it is what it is. You know how they do your boy. So let's go into this syncretism. What's the difference between Jesus Christ coming out the tomb and the mummy coming out the tomb? But we all know that the mummy coming out the tomb predates Christ damn near 4,000 years, allegedly. So, you know, we got to explain what's the similarities, what's the difference. I honestly, I don't see a difference because the thing is, we all know the X is the cross. And we all know that X has to deal with the baptism ritual, the waters above and the waters below. Now, we all know when John of Patmos baptized Jesus, he had his arms crossed like this Pharaoh, Osiris, on his tomb. And like I said, let me clear my throat. And like I said before, a lot of people in these occults, they worship Osiris. Osiris is no different than the X-Men. When we talking about dealing with transformation, we all know what the X-Men is. That's the God particle or the God gene. This deals with transformation, rebirth, and resurrection. But it's all hidden in theology. And allegedly, Christianity is a monotheistic religion. But we all know all these traditions around the world all bleed into different nationalities, different culture, and different beliefs, but they all tell the same story. And here you go, right here with it. I believe it's Vedic cosmology with the Samsa wheel, and then we got this wheel called uh, the Farmer McDonald, old McDonald. This farmer toy right here, and we got this old wagon wheel. But this is all has to deal with flat Earth cosmology when we're talking about electromagnetism, or who we call Professor X. Who is Professor X? This damn Pharaoh we call Osiris, or Christ. Christ is also the X too. Why is he the X? Because he resides in the middle, 33rd degree north. You see where these four rivers of Euphrates cross right here? And it's making this damn electromagnetic torus field right here. That's what you call Moloch the owl. These people worship the Taurus or the bull, the Taurus the bull. Moloch could be an owl, and Moloch could be a fucking horned demon. But these are the eyes of Moloch, and as you can see, Moloch is making the same symbol as the Aurora Borealis. Now, the thing is, you see this mummy is dealing with raps. The mummy raps. What is the mummy raps? Somebody tell me what the mummy raps represent. The mummy raps represents the presence around the Christmas tree, y'all. And all these magnetic ley lines are going towards the middle, creating this X effect. Here go your rebel flag right here. This has to deal with flat earth cosmology as well. Anybody that could not tie this in with flat earth cosmology, trying to explain this would be a big failure. All right. Only Mr. Trumptastic and a few other people can break this down. See, we fully tapped in to what this really represents. The present. This is the X. Okay. This is the center of magnetism that's creating this electromagnetic torus field. in the middle of the earth, but it's all based off Moloch the Owl. Moloch the Owl also personifies this all-seeing eye, because the owl is basically the watcher or the oversoul, but this electromagnetic effect is basically representing the same thing. Those are the wheels of God or the wheels of Ezekiel. And there go your four horsemen riding off into the sunset. But yeah, this is giving you a fraction of what's taking place. So Jesus at the tomb is no different than Osiris coming out the tomb. But like I said, Jesus Christ learned all his ways from Egypt. Moses learned all his ways from Egypt. So down the line, they're just giving you regurgitated Egyptology. The Christianity is a new religion, y'all. And like I said, now it's bleeds into Zionism as well. This tomb represents this Aurora Borealis. The Aurora Borealis is the bow. See, guess what? When you get the present, when you open up the present, you open it up a tomb. You open it up a portal. That lump of coal, when you see, this is the whole personification of the lump of coal that's in this box. This is your Kabbalah cube, would be considered the lump of coal. But guess who brings this lump of coal? Santa, Satan, Aten, this god they call Aten. If you put an S on Aten, you get Satan. Satan. Yes, the shadowy one. He's the observer. He watches you too, just like how Christ watched you. But Christ in the physical can be considered the Antichrist. Because once you manifest in the present, you become dualistic in a particular place, existing in or occurring now. The period of time now occurring, the present, the rap, the electromagnetic torus field around the heart. The torus is the Torah. Who is the Torah? That's the bull. Now we're dealing with communication technology. But like I said, this is why the Pharaoh wears a crown over his head, because he could communicate with the rest of his followers through telepathy. Satan communicates with the rest of his followers through technology, aka telepathy. And guess what? They feed off your emotions. These are soul harvesting entities trapped in the fifth dimension. Okay? And they're here to keep you bound to hell, to keep your consciousness bound to hell. And whatever they do and it's working, trust me, it is working. Now, this bow right here, guess what? If you want to kill the vampire, see, this ain't no different than a Voodoo religion. It's West African Voodoo, and they used to practice this stuff in the Congo, West Africa. Another deity that's synced to Saint Paul would be Papa Legbar, or they have an African deity called Nancy the Spider. He represents this web, the web of lies, or the wrappings around this electromagnetic torus field around the heart. that's keeping you alive in the present. See, the present is the future and the past merging together, as you can see right here. That's the forever symbol, or who we call the aurora borealis. The aurora borealis is the forever symbol. Shouts out to the people that's tuning in. All right, we just breaking this stuff down. Ain't no your pastor ain't gonna tell this to you. This is esoterical knowledge. All right, this the knowledge of the crossover, family. So when you cross over and you go, they dip you into that water, and water's above, and then you come out a new man. You come out, you come out this lump of coal, what they call the black hole or Saturn, and you become a present. You see how these magnetic ley lines got their arms out just like Christ? Because when they pull his arms, they unwrapping the Holy Ghost. When Christ said, this is why these uh the saints they put in the holes, they putting their hands in the holes of his hand. He had holes in his hand. Why did he have holes in his hand? The same reason why there's holes in this electromagnetic torus field right here. Left brain, right brain, sun and the moon. Basically, this is your yin and yang. And this is all based off meta because allegedly you're supposed to be meeting Christ in the metaverse by 2032. That's why they say, oh man, Jesus coming. Jesus coming because it tells them in the Bible when this technology becomes faster or what we call CRISPR, here he come out the damn sky vault, ready to wreak hell on everybody, allegedly. But some of this stuff is to keep you waiting. Yes, waiting on what? Waiting on a new body. Waiting on a new body. What is your soul's main purpose? Is to live forever, with or without the body. But with these new bodies, Elon Musk is providing, they won't bend or break. They won't shed a tear. Those are the autonomous bots that's gonna replace your stupid ass. Why you think she got a hole in her fucking head? So she can replace your ass. Now the thing is, they got people so scared out their mind of death. These people would be able to cheat death through meta. Who is meta? I-10. Meta spelled backwards is I-10. Okay? Now the thing is, this is what they're doing. They're creating an immaculate conception. Or what I like it to call it, the cosmic egg. And they're creating their own version of this artificial womb. So Jesus is the concept of the second atom. They call Jesus the second atom. Now, this electromagnetic torus field is based off the atom, or what we call meiosis, the splitting of the cell. And you see Christ right here in the middle because he resides in the crease, or in the Christ. The crease is the Christ. That's the straight and narrow. Okay? This is where Christ meets the church, the bride. That's the concept of the Pope coming to meet his follower, his Babylonian cult. All right? They worship pagan gods. They do voodoo. They put Christ on the cross like a damn scarecrow to scare the demons away. I could have made this with Christ on the cross versus scarecrow too, because Christ on the cross versus the mummy is no different than Christ on the cross versus the scarecrow. Now the thing is, when the followers seen Christ on the cross, they said, "Oh shit, that's our savior," but they were scared to go up there. So that's what's scaring the beast of the field away. Him on the cross, the sacrificial lamb. Who else got on the cross? The serpent. These followers of Christ used to worship the serpent, or this god called Serapis, right here, Serapis El, or who they call Serapis. because this deity rapes your soul. Okay? And like I said, you can tie this with the scarecrow or the straw man, because Christ represents a straw man for the soul. He's an intermediator for the soul, or what they call the oversoul. How do you think the soul got in the sperm cell, y'all? There was a marriage between the egg and the sperm. You see the serpent? The serpent is the mediator between the egg and it's called the umbilical cord, y'all. That's what we call string theory. String theory. The pin is the umbilical cord, and when they rip the pin, that's RIP. When they rip the pin, guess what? You fall into these waters below. You see? This is who we call what they call a test tube baby. That IVF and it's called tubacaine. Now this baby right here. This ain't no. He's in his tomb. He's in his tomb. But once the mummy cuts the rest of the wrapping, guess what? He becomes a free soul. He unravels the revelations to the simulation. But he is actually the walking dead. The mummy wrap represents the skin and the veins. They said your veins, if you take your veins out, it'll reach to the damn moon. They said that's how wrapped up your body is wrapped up around this stick or this totem pole right here. And it's built like the damn ancient Brahmana. Because like I said, your spinal cord is the what what do I like to call it? You could call it the damn, what is that thing they be carrying? I done went brain dead for a minute. The scepter. Damn. Basically, it's the scepter. The spinal cord is the scepter. And guess what? All the electromagnetism around the spinal cord creates this sperm cell. Where is this sperm cell going into? A black hole. And then when it comes out the other side, and this is how they build their spaceships. You know how them spaceships just be coming out of nowhere? Just, you know what I'm saying? They just manifest out the blue. That's how they connect the dots between different platforms. Everybody's on, and this is the spinal cord right here. This is the central nerve, what I call like we call the central nervous system. All right, but it's all connected through string theory. And when this sperm cell wraps the skin around itself, it becomes a mummy or a mommy. The mummy is the mommy. She's the one who wraps you up in the white blanket when you get out the hospital. She wraps you up like a mummy, and then you go into an incubator. You go right back into the tomb. And then 3 days later, they let your ass up out the hospital like Christ. That's why there's a cross at the damn hospital. The bow is the cross, or what they call the red cross. The cross is red because it sheds the blood of Christ. Red cross. But y'all didn't know this until now. Spot the difference? There is no difference, y'all. There is no difference. And I can't believe they won't let me go public on this. That's crazy. Shouts out to Teddy Roxbury. Let's pull up what he said. Let's pause the show. Already been going in. Sorry if my voice kind of sounds scratchy. Like I said, St. Peter is Papa Lekbar. I pulled this up. What did he say? Yep, you see? It's the voodoo. Look, he pulled up. Look, he pulled up just in time. He pulled up just in time. Let's invite him to the show. Hold on. Let's invite him to the show. Let's invite him to the show. Yeah. Oops. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna tell him to sub to my channel. We are talking about that now. Yes, sub to my channel. Shouts out to Teddy Roxbury. This is like I said, this voodoo man is straight on point, man. It's the voodoo religion. You see Moloch with holes in his hand? You see Christ with holes in his hand? This thing ain't about that. By the time you find out what's really going on, you already be dead and gone. You already dead and gone. Papa Lekbar. Who is Papa Lek? Let's pull up Papa Lekbar. This is the loyal, yeah. Loyal. Who is Papa Lekbar? Hold on. Let's stop the screen. Let's stop the screen. Share screen. Who is Papa Lekbar? That's Papa Lekbar. But who is Papa Lekbar? Who is Papa Lekbar in the United States? Who's Papa Lekbar in the United States? Nobody's gonna let us know. I'll show you who Papa Lekbar is. Papa Lekbar is Uncle Sam. Yeah, ancient form of Uncle Sam. You see the top hat? You see he got skulls around his head. He represents skull and bones. And like I said, skull and bones, they symbol is an X too. They all worship X. Don't matter if you Christian, Muslim, Egyptian, you go worship X and you go take that damn mark of the beast because the mark of the beast is XXX 666 sex. Because guess what? That's their energy. That's their lower nature. That's the voodoo on lower nature. But Papa Lekbar is Uncle Sam. I told you, that's Papa Lekbar right there, family. I'm giving y'all the rundown on this stuff, but shit, y'all should support the channel. Support the channel, fam. Guess what? Papa Lekbar. You see his hat? That's the same. Let me see if because the thing is he the cowboy, but the cowboy is the Jewish man. The cowboy is the Jew. He practiced motherfucking rituals too. Guess what they do? Drumming, dancing, chanting. They all do. They all do. Everybody does this stuff, man. But you ask a person, "Oh man, I'm just holier than thou." But when you really put the binoculars on, these are the binoculars, y'all. The binoculars are Moloch the owl. They make you see better. They make you see better. What's that? The all seeing. They all worship this camera. The camera or the Cameroon is this dark tower. This all seeing eye dark tower. This is why all these damn uh Masons and shit they wear black. They dark MAGA and shit. Peter Nagar he got on black. Charleston White he got on black. I believe this a real slave owner, but this is they suit that they came over here with. They all dress like this. They all here go the black. You know what I'm saying? The black Prince Hall Freemate black and yellow because they worship the Masonic Beehive. The Masonic Beehive is wrapped up just like the damn mummy. If you look at a beehive and how it's layered and how it's wrapped up like a damn Christmas tree, which is the Christ mass or the mass of Christ, it is how they see it. It is a gathering of souls that's trapped in this damn lexicon full of fool's gold because everything is altered to fit a certain type of ideology. Trust me, we figured it out a long time ago, family. Everything is Egypt, Egypt, Egypt. America is Egypt. And like I said, they worship Isis, Ra, and this guy called El. This is Elion. This is they God. That's the God they go use to take over this damn simulation. This all seeing eye. He's developing all seeing eye brain computer face technology. But like I said, he worship Moloch the Owl too. It all syncs up. And it all aligns perfectly when you come over here. You get the downloads quick over here. You watch everybody else, you go take it's gonna take a while for it to sink in. But over here, you get the download overnight. You see what you dig? You dig? So Moloch the Owl is another personification of Uncle Sam. He also is another personification of Papa Legbar. And can pull up the skull and bones, the skull and bones, the 322. Allegedly, your boy Vance. Well, Vance is a part of this group. JD Vance, he's a part of the Skull and Bones, but I think they scrubbed it. I got a picture where they scrubbed it off the internet, and then I got a picture of them telling it. Let's pull it up and see. Let's pull it up and see. Skull and Bones, JD Vance. See, they in Yale. They go to maybe it's on Google. Let's pull up Google. I'm gonna have to find it. It's in my phone because I'm like, damn, they scrubbed it off the internet. See, it says no, there's no evidence that JD Vance is a Skull and Bones member. But when I did that JD Vance Skull and Bones documentary, I pulled it up. They scrubbed it off the internet. Yeah, they scrubbed it. But I got the picture. I made sure I screenshotted it and I made a double whammy. So they do erase people's bad history off the internet. They do. They do. They really do. Matter of fact, I might have it in. I'm about to save this to my images. Save that. I might have it in. I'll show you what they did. Cause I said JD Vance, he's in Skull and Bones. I might have it in my in my archives. I ain't trying to hold y'all up, but we gonna have to do a whole reload on that show. But when I did it, they kicked me off the internet. That's how I lost my other channel. And then I did a show on Joe Rogan and Klaus Schwab. And I'm like, Joe Rogan, he taught your ass how to eat bugs first. And people still listen to him. Here we go. I did this. This is what got me kicked. This the episode that got me kicked off the internet. This video got banned 2 years ago. And I said, I wonder why both these motherfuckers had us thinking it was cool to eat bugs. But when you a mummy and you lying in your tomb, guess what? Bugs eat on you and all that shit. They eat bugs and crickets and shit. That's where they come from, hell. And we showed you. Didn't we show you? Let's pull this up. Let's pull this. Look, this motherfucker sold y'all fake brain pills and shit. And he hanging with Anton Levy. Let's pull this up. But y'all won't support my channel. That's why I was like, man, I'm about to burn y'all up. I said, you ain't about to support me. I ain't never did no shit like this. I ain't never did no shit. Look. He all into this shit, y'all. Satanic Joe Rogan. Satanic Joe Rogan, he's an antichrist. But the thing is, he got to fool the Christians to complete his damn mission. Easy bugs. Yeah, that's how they talk. Easy bugs. Yeah, he taught y'all how to eat bugs, man. That's why I was like, how y'all not mad at Joe Rogan, but y'all mad at Klaus Schwab? And I said, yep, we in trouble. I said, yep, we in trouble. And part of these voodoo religions, man, they watch motherfucking insect porn. People be watching insect porn, man. They wanna smash the insect and watch white stuff come out of it. Yeah, man, bro. There's some cruel, sick motherfuckers. Uh, they love to have sex. I done heard of videos where people having sex with snakes and shit. They do this shit in their coat. And like I said, guess what? They hold. Let's look this up. See, the thing is, once they reach the fifth degree, once you piss these motherfuckers off to the fifth degree, then it becomes MAGA. Look. MAGA is the fifth degree of Satanism, y'all. MAGA, the Magi, because the Magi are the ones that brought these to Christ. The Magi are the Zionists. The Zion people be like, oh man, what is a Zionist? A Zionist is somebody that comes and brings technology to your damn community. That's all a Zionist is. But like I said, some technology is good. Some could be bad, you know what I'm saying? But the thing is, it's all based off the electromagnetic torus field of the heart. So once you sync with the technology, it's all based off what's going on in the heart. That's why they said the technology can detect if the heart is light as a feather. But if it's not light as a feather, you go be weighed down in his tomb. You're not gonna be able to open up your own tomb. This goes way deeper into unmasking the cap. The tomb is the kappa, or the missing capstone off the pyramid. That's the 6 degrees of separation. Now MAGA is the 5th degree. The 6th degree, shit, some people not even go see that. It's separated. It's separated, y'all. Even if you look at this flat earth cosmology, everything's separated for a reason. The people right here, of course, they ain't worried with people down here. They waiting on people to see. The people up here can see what's going on down here. And this is how the monetary system is structured too. This is your ancient pyramid. The earth is the biggest pyramid you go ever witness. Why you think they make many pyramids? The earth is just one big pyramid. Everybody's copying it off the earth. The electromagnetic torus field is what they call ground zero, family. They call that ground zero. That's where you enter and exit, or what they call inhale or exhale. This is this mountain that they call this dark tower. And as you can see, the dark tower is wrapped up just like the mummy. Y'all, the mummy is the Christ mask. But there's some knowledge that's gonna take you out the matrix that I'm giving you right here. This the present These are the raps that's going in and out the electromagnetic torus field of the heart. The torus is the bull, or what they call the ram. You see the female reproduction apparatus is wrapped around like a damn torus field, just like these horns. These horns are wrapped around like and the thing is, this apparatus, it get very horny. That's the horny goat as well. And this all ties in with Easter of when you hide the kids, when you hide the eggs from the kids, because the sperm cell is trying to reach these eggs. That's home right here. That the cosmic egg is the home. This is why Jesus Christ said, "This is not your home," because upon death and rebirth, you go come through here trying to find your new home, because allegedly we're multidimensional naturally. But like I said, Satan, this is him in paradise lost with his arms out like Christ. Like I said, with his arms out like Mayat, but Mayat predates the concept of the devil, though. All this Egyptian folklore and mythology all predates Christian mythology. And this is why when I bring this up to people like Andrew Oliver, he's not gonna know what to think. He's gonna resort back to New Age. New Age. This is Mayat. The root word of Mayat is math. Math is Mayat. These are the integers. These are what the wings. This is the ego as well. And like I said, I gotta pull up that family crest. A lot of family crests have eagles, but the ego represents the Christ bird. But like I said, Mayat, or the female womb, is ground zero. This is where you land at when you go into your new body. That's ground zero. How does the soul capture a skin, a flesh? How does the soul get into the skin? That's the concept of Christ coming out the tomb in his all white. He dressed in all white like a damn sperm cell, just like Osiris. But he's sitting on this. You see his tomb. His tomb. You see the flag. The American flag is wrapped up just like the mummy. These lines are what we call this integers. But these are alternate realities in the astral realm, or now what they call the metaverse. And meta spelled backwards is Atum. Atum. This guy Atum, Osiris, or whatever you want to call it. He's the original mummy. He's the original X. Why you think Elon Musk throw his XXX up? Because they represent an electromagnetic torus field, y'all, or a polar vortex in the middle or the center. The center is the Santa or the Satan. Where does Satan reside? He wears Diablo red. Let me pull this up. Because they personify the same thing. When you look up the Baphomet and Santa Claus, and I will provide that picture, that JD Vance. We gotta pull that JD Vance back up. I swear I did a whole. I think I'm lying, man, because I wouldn't have did the. Matter of fact, I'm about to show y'all right now. Let me see if I still got the damn thumbnail. And I was like, I can't believe they would erase this episode off my timeline. But yeah, hold on. Here it go right here. Here it go right here. Let me pull this up. Skull and Bones. JD Vance, Skull and Bones, man. I did a whole episode on this. And guess what? Let's click on the link. Video unavailable. Video unavailable. I told you. I told you. I told you. Yeah, he's Skull and Bones, man. And I'm gonna have to damn, when was this? This is last year. I dropped that video last year, y'all. Thomas Matthew Crook. We're gonna have to revisit that too, because it's about time they get this was him, remember? Allegedly. Allegedly, this was Thomas Crooks, man. There go JD Vance too, the White Rabbit. We all did. Hold on, we all did. Yeah, we did this episode last year, man. Yeah, that was crazy. Yeah, that was crazy, man. We got so much. We got so much evidence on people. This was why I would never vote for JD Vance. I would never vote. You got me fucked up. He worked with Peter Thiel and all that shit, man. He worked with Peter Thiel and all that. But let's get back into the Baphomet. You see the cross he got on his chest because he represent the crossover too. All right, and he is Santa Claus. He's Santa Claus. They compare this deity to Santa Claus because you look at the Baphomet. The Baphomet got kids on his damn lap, and guess what? Let's pull this up. I think I got it. Okay, it's on this slide. I got so many slides. I'm telling you what, I got so many damn slides and information just built up over the years. Half this stuff I can't even find no more. So Papa Lekbar is also the Baphomet, and the Baphomet is Uncle Sam as well. And as you can see, Uncle Sam he's personifying the same star. He wear the same 5-pointed star on his hat because that's basically the fifth degree of Satanism, or what you call magus or magi, but it's dealing with technology. And I told you the devil, what does he specialize in? Technology, apps, apparatuses, communication, casting. God casted the devil out of heaven. What is that? That's the broadcast, or what we call the vanishing point. God right here, and then God casted himself out. He casted himself out. That's what we call the event horizon. That's the explosion that takes place when light at the conception, when life begins. The light of conception, when life begins, and boom, that's the flash of what they call the Big Bang. And all these ancient biblical photos are explaining this electromagnetic torus field or this portal opening up. That's what the reef. That's what the reef is. A barrier. But they changed this into hell. But they basically Hellenism is a concept of you being trapped inside their torus field. Their torus field relates around the tetragrammaton of Yahweh. But that's just another fork in the road. That's just another entity you have to beat that's standing on a dark tower like this. Let's pull up this. Because they show you this and they show you this in Mortal Kombat. Let's pull up more, or what we call Portal Combat. I call it Portal Combat. Let's pull this up. Yeah, this is Portal Combat. So you remember when they had to crawl up this damn this mountain to get to defeat the next, the next fighter. But it gets harder every time you climb up this damn mountain. That's the dark, what they call the dark tower. I'm trying to find a accurate photo of it, but this is probably this right here. Remember, you had to climb up this damn tower right here. But when you look at biblical photo, that's the Tower of Babylon right there. And and guess what? When you reach the top of this damn tower, guess who came to knock your communication down? Boom. This very same God y'all worship as the devil, called his name's Yahweh El. And he go by many names as well. Because every time he unraveled one of these raps, guess what? He reveals his secrets, his technological advances towards humanity. But they like I said, this Zionistic nature we live in is basically to merge with this entity that's soul harvesting all our talents. He's stealing all our talents and he wants to make everybody the same. That's the whole point of religion, is to make everybody the same. Try to be different. Bear to be different outside of one of these cults. See what happened to your ass. See what happened to your ass when you go against the grain. Even in my social construct, man, you start speaking the truth in certain uh uh sections, oh, they go cancel your ass. The thing is, the angle I came at, I didn't give a fuck. I was like, bro, if I gotta sacrifice the vibes, I will, to tell the truth. This is why a lot of people try to shun me when I try to show them the spiritual side of certain things. They was like, man, it's too much. It's just this. I said, no, it ain't, you dummy. And guess what? Now I have a lot of leverage because I know who's tricking who. I know who's tricking who. I know who's behind what. I know who to back, when not to, and all that. But at the end of the day, guess what? I want everybody to live in peace. That's the main goal. But like I said, if you're getting fed lies on a daily basis, if you don't know where the foundation starts at, see, the foundation didn't start 2,000 years ago. The foundation started in ancient Babylon, or what they call Egypt. They're the ones who created all the monetary system, lower Egypt, upper Egypt, lower class, higher class. Once they introduced fiat money to the simulation, they had to bring Christ in to save your ass. Now he becomes the sacrificial lamb for the monetary system. Y'all don't see what's going on here? No, because a lot of people stay in fantasy land. But when you break this ancient cosmology down, it's too much. Because then, like I said, a lot of people are used to getting their information in 2 minutes now. Shouts out to the people that still watch documentaries. Man, I would sit down and watch a 3-hour documentary on a Tuesday night, and I gotta go to work in the morning type shit. I'll stay up to 1 a.m. to try to get that knowledge. Because if I don't have that knowledge, how am I gonna operate in the real world? How am I gonna how are you gonna free yourself? Because most people think all they life is working home. And then that's what they get stressed out about, because there's nothing else that's freeing them in the matrix. Now they bound to this uh social construct of going to work. And like I said, ain't nothing wrong with going to work, but if you can't free your mind up from that of what you do every day, you're screwed, man. That's gonna take you out. That's gonna age you real quick. You gonna be 25 looking like fucking 45. And that's what you see a lot of young kids, they look 45 right now. Why? Because technology ages the skin. Yes, we did a whole documentary on how brain rock culture ages the skin. Go look at Kanye. What look. Let me be honest with you. Let's look at Kanye West's daughter. New pictures of Northwest. Where's the new pictures of North? They scrubbed them. They scrubbed them bad boys. They scrubbed them bad boys. Yeah, we did a whole documentary on that too. Because them pictures, I'm glad we got everything documented. Yeah, they scrubbed them. They put all her other pictures up, but we exposed how she looked 45. She looked 45 in one pic, y'all. She looked 45 in one pic. I said, damn, it looked like she got done smoking a pack of Newports. And I said, yep, all these celebrity kids, yeah, they took it off. They scrubbed it off the internet, y'all. Yeah, they scrubbed that photo. I know they pay. See, the thing is, they gotta pay the paparazzi 1 million to scrub a photo off the internet. Cause shit, I'm telling you right now, Northwest is like 12 years old, but the shot they got of her, she looked 50, going on 50. I said, damn. I said, damn. But yeah, this mummy rap, man, we could tie this money because the thing is, to unravel this mummy rap, you gotta create a polar vortex. You gotta create a polar vortex to unravel this mummy rap. This is the holy grail. You see what I'm saying? This is your Tasmanian devil. The T on Tasmanian devil is the serpent's cross. That's the what they call the caduce. And that's what I meant to say. It's like it's the caduce staff. That's Osiris's spine. But when he twirl that motherfucker around, it creates a damn spirit. That's the Telsa. That's the drill. That's the Telsa drill. That's the pin that they sticking in this damn hole right here. This pin, this Telsa, and like I said, this the ancient serpent cross too, the T cross, and then got the, it don't look like it's the old Christian cross, and it don't look like the red cross with the plus sign. But like I said, the plus sign is the Euphrates, the four ways, or what they call uh the swastika right here. That's the that's the Euphrates rivers. And guess what? This is who they call Allah. In the middle, there go the head, there go the Godhead. Arms, legs, arms, head. That's your five God right here. Boom. And I told you that's who Uncle Sam is. That's the five God. That's the Pope man of sin too. Because all these layers are being pinned. This is what we call magnetic mountain or Rufus Niagara, the Black Tower. All right. That's the cross. That's that's the Tulsa Tower. That's what they worshiping, y'all. Technology, man. Religion is science. What is the Big Bang? An explosion, a nuclear explosion. That's the mushroom cloud. It's making what? See, they blew the Earth up in Project Fishbowl because they wanted to see the shape of the damn atmosphere. It's a damn mushroom. It's a damn mushroom, or what they call a dome. This is your Jewish menorah. But once they blow the Earth up, anybody under that nuclear fallout gonna be a X-Man. That's what they call the Big Bang, because the big explosion or what they call, or what they say, let there be light. Let's pull this up. Let's pull this up. Let's see if we can get the same effect we get when we see this picture. So let me do this. Uh, so we go say, let there be light. That's the first concept of the Big Bang. What is this? An explosion, a nuclear explosion. Christ coming out. Let there be light. Christ coming out the dam. This is biblical photo, ancient biblical photo. Let there be light. Boom. Who's coming out this damn black hole? The thing is, darkness came before light. Y'all do know that, right? Light just don't come. You know what I'm saying? There had to be dark. Dark was first. Then light came second. A little bit of rain can't really disturb anything, but when the wind and the cold joins, it's almost unstoppable. We need to stop being divided and realize how strong we are together. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That's why I like, that's why I like to sync things together. Because if you divide everything, that's where you get all these, what are they called? Denominations. Everything outside this center point is a denomination of the base reality. Everything's split and all these damn lines. That's why I like this. This is why I like flat earth cosmology, because I could tie this in with the shape of the earth on how everything's just the present right here. This is how the all seeing eye keep track of all the beasts in the field, because every magnetic ley line is a present coming from the sun. Who is the sun? The all seeing eye. That's the sun. That's the portal to the other side. And they say you got to go through it. This is why they say, oh, you got to go through Christ to get to the Father. Who is the Father? Who personifies the Father? The sperm cell. Because at this magnetic mountain is a big ass tower right here. A big ass electromagnetic. See, you knew what you was doing as a sperm cell. You was creating a body. You was wrapping yourself, your spirit was wrapping itself around so you can become this mummy. Your mummy is the spirit. The mommy or the mummy is the one that wraps you up in this electromagnetic torus field and gave you presence, life, presence. That's the bow, the electromagnetic, and they put the bow for a reason. Boom. That's to top you off right there. The bow go on top of the damn Christmas tree. The star go on the top of the Christmas tree because that's where the Father resides. That's the highest point or the pinnacle. That's the all seeing eye. Is off the capstone for a reason. That's the 6th degree of separation, family. And we've been on here for an hour. And I had way more. I had honestly had way more to give y'all, but usually I'll stop at the hour mark and we'll pick up part 2 on this tomorrow for Sunday. It's going to be Sunday, a prelude to tomorrow's show for Sunday church. Can you spot the difference? To be continued, y'all. We go sync this in with the Rapture too, as well. But there's a lot more to this, man. The thing is, I could go on forever talking about this because it's already embedded into the lexicon. So you go back to Egypt, we can see all the other religions come out of Egypt. And the thing is that, even other areas, you have ancient Hinduism and all that. it's tied in with Brahma and Brahmanism. That's the bull or the Taurus too. They all worship a bull. What is so good about a magnet? Once it's broken, it's still a magnet. Yep, you're right. You're right. Because that magnet go put you back together. It's Magneto. Magneto was able to draw everything to him. That's why I said if it was in a cartoon, that means it's already happened, y'all. That's the drawing. The drawing is the magnetic uh dualistic nature. You put whatever it is in your mind on paper, that's the drawing. And then people get memorized over these pictures that you drew coming from the other side. You pull that out your head and put it on paper. But everybody's drawn towards it for some odd reason. Why? Because those thoughts are magnetic, man. You are your own damn X-Man. You are we're actually X-Man. That's what the cross represents. We're multi-dimensional entities. We could travel the cosmos too. But like I said, they try to hack it. Elon Musk try to hack it through Neuralink. That's why I said we could do all this. We don't need heavy objects that weigh us down. We could do this naturally. This is what the story of Christ represented. But like I said, they reverse engineered the story of Christ and gave y'all Neuralink. But it all means the same shit because they all using the same symbols. I hope this was a learning lesson, and I hope I opened your mind up to different, paradigms when I'm explaining this stuff and going into this, you know, these revelations, y'all. But shouts out to a human being for tuning in. And oh, let's matter of fact, let's go back to this what I was saying about this let there be light because it all personifies the same thing. So let there be light. And then we get the picture. Let me show you more than one picture. And God said, let there be light. God said, let there be light. So let's look at science. Let's look at Big Bangism. You get the same pictures, y'all. You get this. I told you, science and religion is the same thing. Big Bang, let there be ain't just let there be light, let there be lights, let there be light. Big Bang. You go to religious biblical photos, same shit, man. The thing is, that's all science is religion, and religion is science, and God is government, and government is God. But they got y'all looking for these evil people. Well, all the secrets are in the Vatican, in your church. Your pastor's hiding it. They ain't gonna tell you. I'm the only. You want to go know this stuff, you know? And I'm not bragging or anything. I'm here for a reason to open up your paradigm. I'm glad we met. I'm glad we crossed paths. It was for a reason to open up your paradigm. But yes, we will continue tomorrow on another teaching, on another topic. Well, the same topic, but I'm going to expand more than what I did tonight. But man, I love y'all. Thanks, human being, for tapping in. And, we go get to it. We're going to get to it. But yeah, we're going to expand on this broken magnet. Because once you shatter a glass, this is this shattering a glass concept and this big bangism concept. This the shattering of the soul when the soul split apart like that. So the thing is with big bangism, guess what? Your heart is doing the same thing. It's having an explosion. It's coming in and it's coming out. When you have a big bang, it creates a black hole, y'all. Look, man, I'm from dead serious. Every big bang creates a black hole. So it's expanding Inhale, exhale is basically eating itself. Look at this symbol. Boom. Who else uses this symbol? Gronk uses this same symbol of the Big Bang. I told you they worship the same shit. Didn't I tell y'all, human being, man? I told you I tapped into this Holy Grail knowledge a long time ago. This is a whole religion. This is a whole deity right here. Who is that? Who is that? Let's pull this up. What symbol is this? It's your guy Saturn right here. It's your guy Saturn. That is Saturn right here. Saturn is giving you the concept of the Lord of the Rings, the Big Bang, right here. But the thing is, this is also your flat Earth as well. This is also your flat Earth as well. Because actually, the thing is, Saturn supposed to be this god. Saturn represents a what I like to call the Almahamic records. It's repeating itself, and this is what the electromagnetic torus field is. You see, you got Saturn in the middle, and you got all these rings around. It's all a trap, a solaring. I'll call it a solar system for a reason. It's luring the soul, basically. But yeah, the mummy. They put these mummies in horror films, all of that. But they try to scare you with this. It's a sacred mummification process to preserve the body for the afterlife. And like I said, the tomb was a portal, not a prison. A prison malite, not a jail cell. Only if you're damned, or what they call damnation. If you're damned to this tomb, you ain't getting out. But like I said, it personified a portal, the body of Osiris. But yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. But the thing is, once this once this spirit returns to its physical body, it becomes cursed again. It's not a glorified body. This is why Christ, people in church, they don't like their body and all that shit. They like, oh, my body is scum. It don't mean nothing. You got a lot of people in church that think like that. They say they skin is cursed and shit because of this mummy concept. Man, it shit ties into everything, man. This shit all got to do with salvation, eternal life, being preserved, served, saved is preserved. What does Christ do? He saves, he preserves. All this stuff is tied up and like I said, they both figures are deified after death, and they emerge from their sealed tombs. Y'all just don't know how deep this goes. And we gonna expand on more of this knowledge tomorrow. But yeah, thanks for tapping in, human being, man. We go chime in tomorrow. Hey, make sure y'all share like the video and sub up to the channels, y'all. Yeah, we going in. We keeping this thing rocking. I'ma holler. Love y'all. I'm out.